Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to our playthrough of Gloom of Kilforth. We're about to start Chapter 2 on our Discover Land saga. Still waiting for the Prince of Ruin to come out, but before that, I did want to mention that a couple of forest locations have fallen into Gloom, so I have remembered to put plot cards on them for the Prince of Ruin, who's our adversary today. So, without any further ado, we'll do a quick recap of Discover Land, what we're trying to do. Help if I turn on the big light so you guys can actually read the card. There we go. During your travails, you discover a magical concoction. Desperately thirsty and struggling for the strength to go on, you rest where you can, and you imbibe just a tiny sip of the draught. You are instantly imbued with renewed vigor. Heartened by your recent discoveries, you set off once again, this time across lands more fertile to seek this lost world. So we're looking for plains, potion, and place. We already have plains and place from the Forlorn House, so now we just need a potion. With that being said, we are all set to jump in. We've got our 4 actions back, so let's get to it. We are going to start off with the Barren Waste. We're going to have a Badlands encounter there. So let's see what we get for Badlands. We will find Trade Route. It's a quest. Quest Seek Badlands. We can either confront it with a study test or an influence test. If we pass, we perform a free market action. The sprawled supply routes need to be reopened. Find a safe path to the next nearest city. Definitely not potion, which is what we're looking for here, but we could go for a market action. Market, I think, lets us sell. Buy and or sell cards with the option to pay gold to regain hit points. Let's see. There should be a cost for. Let's see. Action. Is there nothing that explains what the market action? Probably in the back of the. No. Let's see. Actions. Market. 15. Oh, here we go. So we can draw the top 3 cards from a single deck. Ally, item, spell, or title. Must buy one of these, permitting paying gold equal to the card's value. Okay, so I think we are going to try the trade route. So we're going to confront that with a... What are we going to confront that with? I think we're going to confront that with an influence test. So that's action... So action 1 was to move in. Action 2 is going to be to confront it for the first time. With 5 dice on an influence test, we need 3 successes to clear it. Which, wow, that's no successes, so action 2 will run it back. And it's only during a fight test that we can reroll ones. This is not a fight test. Okay, that's 2 successes, so we need 1 more. So I'm going to get 2 successes, which I'll mark with this. And then we'll run it back for the last action. Actually, wait a minute. No. Okay, we cleared that a lot more easily. So, where was that roll the first time? So that means we either get the 3 gold or the random loot. I'm going to go for the gold, because I'm going to need that when I go to regale after this. Then I can either discard it for, so either gain the gold. Then the rumor step, I can either keep it as a rumor or discard it to draw an item from that deck. But I do also get to do the trophy effect, so I will draw a spell from the deck. So the spell we find here is a portal. A veil, as my move action, I can relocate to any location, and I've got enough I've got enough study value that I am able to unlock that. So, with that being said, we also get the... I believe we also get the trophy. Yep, so we do get the trophy, which is a free market action. I am going to... What am I going to do here is the question. I definitely want to keep the sword. I think I am going to... I'm not going to heal because I'm at full strength. So rumors are assets for half gold rounded down. I think I'm going to go for three. I think I'm going to go for 3 items. Actually, what am I going to want to discard if I have to buy something? It is a must purchase. Question is, I think the better question here is, what's the least bad thing I can discard? Actually, basically everything is really good. As sad as this is going to sound, the least bad thing I could discard here is probably the Amazon. So I guess the question now is, do I want to? Draw 3 cards from a reward deck, have to purchase 1. I'm actually pretty well set up, but the problem is I am going to need to discard something. I'd have to discard even if I kept the... Ignore the reward on the location card. I think the least bad thing I could discard here is probably the demonic brooch. So let's go for 3 items because I am still potion hunting. And unfortunately it is a must buy, so I'm going to have to discard something. First card up is Power Gauntlets, which gives me +1 combat. So I'll definitely be set on all of that. Next up, we've got a Savage Crown, which gives me +2 influence. So I definitely can buy something. I'm hoping... Okay, there's a Gilded Sword. There's another Gilded Sword. I think it's probably going to be the Power Gauntlets. We're definitely going to need more fighty stuff when we actually... You know what? No, I think it's actually going to be... We're going to buy the Savage Crown, and I'm going to discard Charm. The reason I'm going to discard Charm is because the Savage Crown gives me +2 influence rather than the +1. So now I've definitely got to go gold hunting. So spell goes away. These 2 go back to the bottom of the item deck. And I believe it's a total of 6 rumors. Wait a minute, 6 rumors, 6 assets, or 6 loot. They discard down. Is that a limit on all of them? Because if that's a limit on all of them, then I didn't need to discard. Because I've got the Forlorn House in hand as a rumor. I might have not needed to discard, actually. So... has more than 6 rumors, 6 assets, or 6 loot. They discard down to 6. That might actually be a per thing now that I'm reading it. So I'm actually going to... That'll actually give me the... So I actually didn't need to discard the Charm. So no, I think it's 6 assets, 6 rumors, or 6 loot. So no. It looks like we get to keep the Charm anyway. So now I'm up to a lot more influence than that. But that is all of my actions. So our next card up is an Orc Assassin. The Endless Brackens falls into Gloom. The Endless Brackens is up here. And we discard a stranger from play. Joke's on you because, excuse me, we don't have a stranger in play. So that's all done. We do need to keep an eye on the night deck, by the way. That's our main lose condition. When that deck's empty and we need to draw a card. Actually, I think that's when it ends. When it's... let's see, checking the... Let's see, Saga Finale. That's not what I want here. 25 days. That's what we have to complete the game. And time runs out and the game ends at the end of the daylight phase on the 25th day. Right. When there's only one card left in the night deck. Okay, so we broke camp, but we also get one move AP because we have one move AP because of the warm sunshine. So I'm going to use that to move into the Grand Plains. So we'll have a Plains encounter we will find. The Doomguard, enemy undead Plains. 3 health, 4 fight, 2 sneak. We are unfortunately not hidden, so we're going to be dealing with it. The Doomguard marched inexorably toward the populated lands, seeking only to kill and enslave. 2 gold, and we can either discard it for an item, or we can discard it for an item if we don't keep it as a rumor. I'm not very likely to, so that will be our first action. We have 3, 5, 6 dice, which we'll be rolling in white as always. They have 5 because of surprise. So they do get the jump on us here. Not that the jump is likely to matter because we do take 1 point of damage, but we're going to deal 3. We're going to deal 3 to him, and we're going to take him out. So we'll get all of those out of the tower. We're going to take him out. I'm going to take 2 gold back. And actually, I'm going to pay attention to life drain. Well, I will get the HP back, but not the action. So we're going to take 2 gold. Yes, we're going to take 2 gold. I was thinking about going back into the loot token again. I'm going to discard this I'm going to discard this to get an item. So now I will have to discard something. Plains is there. So the item we've got coming out is a speed potion. Ooh, I need this to gain 3 move AP. I think now we're getting a false reprieve on Charm, but I will use that. I will discard Charm for the Moot Speed Potion. So now that's everything I need. That's everything I need for the Regale, but I still need to get more gold. So I'm going to, as a veil, I'm going to use Portal. I'm going to use that. Where do I want to move to is the question. I'm going to move to... Actually, let's move to... Actually, yeah, this is fine. We're going to move to... We're going to move to the Misty Fens. The plan here is I'm going to try to veil so I can... Actually, no, I don't need to veil to heal an HP. So our next card... Our Badlands encounter here is a ghoul. During an engagement, the evasion opportunity stage is skipped. The ghouls haunted graveyards and tombs, feeding off the flesh of the dead. 1 gold or a token, discarded for an item. 2 attack dice, so he does get the element of surprise. We might actually be able to just overwhelm him, though. So 3 dice, and we have 6. We actually have... Actually, I have not been counting the Battle Wizard in my skill calculations. 3, 5, 6, 7 from the Amazon, so I actually need 1 more die, which will use the pink die that I just got as part of the set. And I can re-roll, I can veil during a fight test to roll every one. So the pink die is one of ours too. The ghoul does nothing. We do 1 damage to him. He's got 3 health. So 1 damage on him. We don't have an option for evasion. So he gets 2 dice. We still get our full 7. Let's roll again. So that's an action point that should be gone. Okay, so he's going to do a damage, and I'm going to do 1 back. Actually, you know what? I'm going to spend a fate token. Actually, I've not been paying attention to these, so I can add a success. That'll defeat the ghoul. I am going to go into the bag for a loot token. So I've got the bag off shot. And that was a good choice. We find 2 gold. So I need 1 more and I can take the regale action. So 2 more gold, and I'm going to discard the ghoul as a rumor to draw another item. Here we find an invulnerability potion. I can sacrifice this when a battle round starts, prevent all HP loss I would suffer this round. I am going to discard that because I've already got the potion I need for the regale. And then, so we discarded the ghoul we discarded the ghoul to get the item. Okay, now we've got that sorted out. I'm going to veil. I'm going to veil with the angler to heal an HP back, which I don't think counts as an action. Then I'm going to... What am I going to do here? There's no point in getting hidden. Well, yeah, there's no point in hiding here. Actually, we could potentially hide and make camp here, because I can always move back to anywhere I need to. So... yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and hide. So I'll put a tree token on my character. I'm going to hide, and then I'm going to make camp. So that will end the rest of my... So that's basically my last action for the turn. Right? Yes, I'm going to make camp and take no further actions this turn. So I'm hidden in case something comes into Misty Fens and gets the jump on us. But let's see if that happens during the night phase. Here's our card. The Rolling Hills falls into gloom. Rolling Hills falls into gloom. And we've got pouring rain as our new weather. When breaking camp ends, each hero with 2 or more AP loses 1 AP. Great. Miserable and torrential, will the downpour ever cease? God, I hope so. I was really enjoying the warm sunshine, even though real life sunshine is not good for my doughy ghost-like complexion. Anyway, I only get 3 AP back. Well, I'm going to shortcut it because technically you get the 4 AP. Actually, no, you break camp, so yeah, I would only take 3 HP. All of this should have gotten refreshed during the dawn phase as well. Now, what do I want to do here? During my discover action, take a reward card from the hero's hand that has the same location. Okay, well, I'm going to veil with the portal to take a move action. The only question is, where do I want to move to? I'm going to move to the lava canyon. I'm basically gold hunting at this point For a mountain encounter, we find Bandit Camp. Oh joy, we need 3 successes. Strongest hero pays a gold or performs a fight 3 test. Fail, lose 2 HP. Yikes. I either pay a gold or perform a fight 3 test. I would be rolling 7 dice on that fight test, so I think we're going to take the test. So I'm going to roll 7 fight dice. So roll 7 dice on a fight test. Plus I can rest plus I'll have 1 action left, which means I can do a little bit of resting. And we get 2 successes. I don't have any 1s in there, so I can't re-roll that. And yeah, I think that kind of backfired on me, so I will lose 2 HP. That plan didn't work for me. Here's the Bandit Camp. That'll go into the mountain deck. Then, for action, so let's see, that was Veil, which means I'll just rest my last 2 HP back. So I had 2 actions left. Our new Night card. Eerie Stillness. All is quiet. It's a weather, so that actually gets rid of pouring rain. The Barrow Moor falls into darkness, falls into gloom, though. Alright, I don't mind All is Quiet in the slightest, because that will stop the torrential downpour for obvious reasons, and give me 4 AP back. Which AP 1 is going to be spent moving into the Rising Bluffs. Now, moving into a location that's fallen to gloom is not bad in and of itself. It's when I'm there in the night phase, that at the end of the daylight phase, that I have problems. Our mountain encounter is an ambassador. Quest, assist mountain, weakness neutral. I can take a 3 study or a 4 influence test. That would give me 3 gold, or a trip into the bag. Or I could discard it for a spell. So that was action. So action 1 was to move. Action 2 is going to be to confront that, and I'm going to take a 6. I'm going to use my influence to try to confront the ambassador. So I need 4 successes doing an influence test. Or if I have something neutral that I could use to just defeat it. I don't think I do. No, I don't. Let's see, that's 1 success on the ambassador. Let's see, that was action... Let's see, action 1 was to veil. Actually, action 1 was to move. No, action 1 was to veil. Action 2 is to confront. Action 1 was to veil up here. Action 2 was to confront. Action 3 will be to confront again. I still need 3 more successes. I'm taking this as an influence test, which I will pass that easily with flying colors. So I am going to take the 3 gold. And then I'm going to discard the ambassador as a rumor to get a spell, which is probably going to end up being discard fodder in and of its own right. The spell coming out. This had better be something really good. Is a resurrect. I need 5 study, and I have it. But I'm probably going to discard it anyway. When the loss of 1 or more HP would cause you to be defeated, prevent all of that HP loss. A debt made in life, repaid through death, sees you now living between worlds. We're going to discard that. And then action 4 is going to be to regale. I haven't regaled yet. So I'm going to spend 5 gold. 5 gold. There's that. The Forlorn House for the place and planes keywords. and the speed potion for the potion keyword. Yep. So Saga Chapter 2 is now done. Let's see what's on the back for Saga Chapter 3. Your exploits so far have brought you great prestige, and your dangerous mission leads you to discover an outlandish and unfamiliar place, where the veil is thin and the air is thick with hints of arcane energies. It becomes apparent that you won't discover this lost domain without the help of a cunning guide. Once again, 5 gold and a regale action. This time I'm looking for title, stranger, and item. And then we've got the final chapter there. Okay, I do have the item. I do have a couple of items here, but I'm loath to use those. But we are going to end up stuck there, so we will lose an HP, which I can easily rest away. But we are drawing a new card from the night deck. We've got a spawning pit. The lava canyon falls into gloom. For study, it's a place abode. 4 study, 3 sneak. Places at the lava canyon. When night begins, each hero at this location loses another HP in addition to gloom. Yuck. Okay, so we only get 3 action points back for breaking camp. Action 1 is going to be to rest. Action 2, I'm looking for title, stranger, and item. So what happens when we complete the last chapter of our saga? Listed on their finale before they can regale it. Which I think that's going to be... Oh, it's listed on the bottom there. Okay. So we rested. Action 2. That veil, the portal would have unexhausted. I'm going to reveal it again. To go where? I think we're going to go to the Grand Plains. We'll find a Plains card. Here we'll find Veiled Library, 3 study test, trophy for a spell. I can get a gold or a token, and a spell if I don't keep it as an item, and I'm not, or as a rumor, and I'm not very likely to need it. So that was, so action 1 was to rest, action 2 was to veil, action 3 I have 4, 5 study, which I will try it. Let's see if we can get this 5 study in one shot and get a spell out of this. We cannot. I'm not going to bother putting the token on there because that's just going to get removed when we go into the night phase, which we are doing now. So we're not at a location that's fallen to gloom. Coming out of the night deck is Pelting Hail. Excuse me. So the Misty Fens falls into gloom. And when night begins, each hero is not either hidden or at a location with a place loses 1 HP. Oh joy. Okay, so we've got our 4 actions back. Let's see. I actually don't need to be there. Now I'm looking for title and stranger. I do have items galore though. So the question is, where do I want to go here? I think right now it's just a matter of basically just move and start hunting stuff. So let's go back over to the Barren Wastes for action 1. We'll draw a Badlands encounter. Here we'll find the Rescue, Quest Assist Badlands. You must find the child Raphael who has gone wandering off into the wilds again. Gold or a token, spell or a rumor. Let's go for the quest, bearing in mind I'm going to use an influence test, which will give me 6 dice. So I need 2 successes on that. Actually, I could spend a pipe for +1 influence, but I'm not going to bother. Now I can roll it naturally. There's a 5 and a 6 in there. So first up, let's go into the loot token bag. Once again, the much bigger bag that I can easily get my hand into. Grab this one. We've got a blessing. Ooh, +2 fight for 1 battle round. I might save that for when the ancient comes out. Then I'm going to discard this. I'm going to discard this to go for a spell. Badlands is back here. So for a spell, we will find Inner Strength. Oh my, +1. It's got 3 study value, and I've got plenty of that. +1 combat. Wow. I didn't know you had it in you. I didn't. The Forgotten Heroics of Foolhardy Heroes. Fair point. We've got all the fight value right now. We'd be rolling. Oh, this hidden should have gone away, by the way. Right now we would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fight dice. I'm going to move back over to. I'm going to move where? We're not getting anywhere on the gold front. That's for sure. Let's move down to the... Actually, yeah, let's move back over to the Veiled Library. We'll try the quest again. Actually, that's not a place, is it? Let's hide. Let's hide there so I don't get blindsided by... I'm mostly hiding so the pelting hail doesn't get to me. We don't lose HP since we're not at a gloom location. Shrouded Glade falls into gloom. And revealed, each hero must discard 1 rumor, Tribal Tithe. The Savage Wildclaws will not be satisfied without tribute. Fortunately, we don't have a rumor, so joke's on that card. Our hidden goes away, though. We did have enough. We did manage to hide, so we do get our full complement of action points back. Let's see. So we need to keep having encounters, is what I'm gathering from this. Let's start off with action 1 by veiling with the portal, and I'm going to move over to the Windy Valley. So a plains encounter coming up. We will find a good wife, a stranger. One fight, 1 sneak, 2 influence, HP of 1, weakness jewelry. But I'm going to confirm. So I don't want to make her an enemy for obvious reasons. Then I would do that if I confront on a passive and fail. It's only 0 total successes. Okay, so yeah, as action 2, I am going to confront the good wife. I'm going to use an influence test for that. So I've got 4, 6 dice. As long as I get no successes, she won't become an enemy. That's the thing I'm worried about, because I need stranger anyway. That's 1 success, which is not nothing. So I don't make her an enemy on the spot with that. So let's go for it again. I do need to make sure I have at least 1 action so I can hide. And I get another success there. So I do manage to keep the action. So I will get the good wife in hand. So I'll take the... Let's take the gold. Actually, yeah, we'll take the gold. And then I'm going to keep her in hand as a rumor because I need the stranger keyword. Then I'm going to hide so the pelting hail doesn't create havoc for us again. Okay, that comes off. Windy Valley has not fallen to gloom yet. Lonely Gorge will fall to gloom, which that is a mountain space. That's right down here. And we have a demonic rite. Discarded a place from play. Mysterious cultists worshipping foul gods are continuing their forbidden practices undisturbed. So, sounds like a typical Tuesday in the Cthulhu mythos. But that will get rid of the spawning pit. Which I don't mind that because I wasn't going there anyway. Okay, that brings us back to 4 action points. I didn't move the last black action point off because I just shortcutted that. Let's see. And hide goes away also. Action 1. She is going to move up to Spine Ridge Pass. On a mountain encounter, she will find a brigand, enemy humanoid mountain. When an engagement starts, you may pay 1 gold to evade the brigand and skip the engagement. Even in such times, there were still those who would extort their fellow man. 1 gold and an item. I'm not going to skip the engagement. I'm going to fight him. Because I'm rolling a lot of dice against him. So he does get surprised, so he gets 4 black dice to start with. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fight dice. So I get the white dice, I get my pink die, and I need another die, which I'll go to my red and green Christmas dice set to get the 8th die out of it. Okay, I did plunk it in there, so you'll have to trust me that it's in there. All right, so he's got 2 HP. Okay, he gets 2 successes, which will deal me 2 damage. So his dice are done. But I have 1, 2, 3 successes, which is enough to wipe him out as well. Okay, I'm going to take a gold. Then I'm going to... I don't need him as a rumor, so I'm going to grab an item. So here we'll find another Savage Crown, item jewelry again. We'll just bin it. Because I don't need a second one. Oh, and I will remember Life Drain, because I did defeat an enemy, so I gained the 2 HP right back. Then I veiled already this turn, so I am going to... What am I going to do here? I don't have the right stuff to regale Saga Chapter 3. Because I still need a title. Let's see. I still need a title. So I'm going to risk a move down to the Windy Valley. Plains will find a noblewoman. 2 combat, 1 sneak, 5 evade, or 5 influence. 2 health. She's a stranger as well. 2 gold or loot, and an ally. Weakness, I think, is that just discard to defeat it? Or... I doubt it, but let's find out. Weakness 24. I have a feeling it's if I just have the item. As there are more of the cards in play, they may defeat the card with this weakness. Okay, so is that? I think that's probably as part of the confront action. So she's a stranger, but I will confront her, and I do have a weapon. So since she's weak to that, I will defeat her. So I'll get 2 gold, and I'm going to keep her as a rumor since I just saw something that heroes have to discard rumors. I'm going to spend my last action point to hide. Mostly so the pelting hail doesn't get to me again. Not at a location that's fallen into gloom. Grand Plains falls into gloom. Which Grand Plains is... Where are the Grand Plains? Not on top of me, that's for sure. It's not where I am. Oh, Grand Plains, right here. It's taking me a minute to find it. There we are. So we've got a stranger, 4 health, 2 gold, and an ally. 4 combat, 2 sneak, 3 influence. Place the stranger at the Grand Plains. For the rose and for the free, Sir Gregor Ricers. We'll get our 4 action points back. So I'm still title hunting at this point. Also, our hidden goes away. And our portal refreshes. Let's go action 1 to... Actually, we could just veil back to... We could just veil back to Sprawl City, which I'm tempted to do so I can take a market action. Because I could go buy a title, potentially. Then I would need to get the gold back for that, though. Yeah, that's probably worth it. So I'm going to move and use Portal to move back to Sprawl City. Action 2, I am going to do a market action. Can I draw from the title deck? From one reward deck. Okay, so I am going to draw 3 titles. Since that is a reward deck. 1, 2, and 3. First title up. We've got Elephant Rider. Veil, 1 move AP. And Hero, my hand size is unlimited. Next up is Dark Arts, giving me 2 + 1 sneak value. The tusked behemoth shook the earth like no other known animal. The practitioners of the dark arts often find themselves on the wrong side of the law, but the nature of their otherworldly dealings makes this the least of their worries. And Druid Circle. Deed Veil, defeat a noble stranger at your location, costing 4. The foundation of the Druidic Order are balance and nature, a philosophy to which you tell the Druids you are thoroughly committed. I'm going to spend 2 gold to get Dark Arts. The reason for that is because A, it costs the least, and B, it's the title I'm warmest to discarding, because the other 2, at the very least, the Elephant Rider I'd probably want to keep, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I have to discard something. I have to discard an asset. I think I'm most okay discarding Inner Strength. So now I need to go find gold. So now I need more gold. I am going to move over to the Green Meadows. So we'll have another Plains encounter. Our next card for that will be a wager. Revealed, weakest hero may roll 1 die. If they do, 1 to 3, pay 3 gold. For each gold unable to be paid, lose an HP, or 4 to 6 to gain 4. Well, I did need gold, so 4 to 6, I gain 4. So that was moving. That would set me up to regale next turn, but yeah, that would set me up to regale next turn, but sure, let's try it. So we're going to grab a 6. I want this to be a 4 to 6 for obvious reasons. That's a 5. Perfect. So that'll get me 4 more gold. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And then I'm going to hide. Once again, to make sure the pelting hail doesn't cause problems. So our next card, Sprawl City falls into gloom. With Civil War. Civil War breaks out now that Sprawl City has fallen into gloom. Oh, that's problematic. Hide goes away. We get our 4 actions back. Let's see, that was a Plains encounter. Alright, action 1, first order of business. Veil should also an exhaust. First order of business is going to be to regale. There's the 5 gold. We'll use the Noblewoman and the Dark Arts titles. Actually, Noblewoman as Stranger. Actually, we need an item too, don't we? We'll use the Savage Crown. Sure. So Dark Arts is our title, Noblewoman as Stranger, and Savage Crown as item. So that regale is now done. Item and Plains. Alright, so now we are on, that was action 1, but we're on chapter 4. So chapter 4. Your quest continues, and the realm you search for lies beyond a devilishly hot plain. To proceed further, you will require a pack beast of some sort. If you travel by foot, you will never make it. You will also need protection from the elements, lest you perish in the withering heat. But what guardian might await you at the hidden portal to this new world? We need steed, armor, and enemy. Why are these 2 marked with asterisks? There's probably something in the saga that explains that. Let's see, regale. Okay. Oh, actually, hold on. Must increase their maximum HP by 1. The hero. Okay, so we've got 2. So we should have increased maximum health by 3 now. So 1, 2, 3. Maximum health and HP by 1. May gain a skill level equal to this chapter number in one of the skill types available to their hero's class of available. So for chapter 1, I actually have both of my skills. For chapter 2, as a move location, I can move diagonally. Study is +1 spell asset for each, +1 study for each spell asset I have. I currently have 1, so I will take the Astral Traveler, which gives me diagonal as an option. And for level 3, I can unveil a spell and gain a gold. Ooh, that could be useful. I think, though, I'm going to take the... Veil to just gain a gold could be very useful. Or just unveil a spell so I can portal multiple times in a round. I'm going to take Merchant, though, to gain a gold. Then I'm immediately going to Veil with it to gain a gold. Let's see, so I should have had a lot more actions than that as well. So we're on chapter 4. Let's see, what do I want to do here? So now I need Steed, Armor, and Enemy. I don't have any of those. I will move to the... We'll move over to the Old Wood. That'll reveal the plot here. Here we'll find Lair of Ruin. Place abode. The locals eye you suspiciously as you warily contemplate entering the very lair from which demonic shadows have increasingly begun to emerge. Even though you would enter seeking to do good, you have the impression that the locals would assume you are joining forces with the enemy. To defeat, sacrifice a title. And during battle, treat all titles as though their ability text and attribute bonuses are blank. Yikes. So we do need to get a title there. What to do. Well, I still have the pelting hail to worry about, but I think I also need to draw an encounter. That's what I'm going to go with here. So a forest encounter. Here's another nymph. When battle starts, I perform an influence test. If I pass, I defeat the nymph, lose an AP and heal an HP. Fail, lose an AP, and continue battle. Yeah, we're battling here, so let's go for the influence test first. That's an influence 3 test. I have 4 influence. Since I had to get rid of my crown, that was helping me out with influence tests. So I need 3 successes on 4 dice. Actually, I'm going to spend the pipe to get another die here as well. Which I get 2 successes, but that is short of what I needed. So I lose an AP, and I continue battle. So she gets surprise, which means she gets 6 black dice, because she came out of the deck. Whoa! Did not mean to drop my dice cup right on the board. That was not brilliant. So 6 black dice. I have a total of, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight dice. So 5, 6, 7. The nymph has 3 HP. She gets all of 1 success. And I have, so we'll pull her dice out. I have 2 successes. I'll spend a fate token. I'll spend a fate token to make it 3 and be done with it. So she will go away. I don't need her for anything here. So I will gain 2 gold. Yes, I'll gain 2 gold. Then I'll take an item. I don't need her as a roomer. So as an item, I will draw. Shielding braces, item jewelry. Sacrifice this to discard an encounter card just drawn and draw a replacement instead. The Amazons of yore fashioned these bracers to afford their shamanic leaders supernatural protection. Not all that impressive, but whatever. I still need a title, though. That's going to come later, I think. So I'll spend our last action. I'm going to have to spend it to hide. That way the pelting rain doesn't hit us, but we are going to get hit with 1 HP for Gloom. We have how many cards left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards left. So we still need to find a steed. Actually, wait a second. I already discarded, or I did forget I needed an enemy. Blessed Grove falls into Gloom, which is down here. And we'll place this quest at Blessed Grove. The time has come to unite the Wild Claw tribes against the oncoming darkness. 4 study value, 3 influence, gain 3 gold, and a spell. Yeah, that was actually really bad paying attention on my part. So I was hidden, which means I don't lose an HP. I will get 5 AP back. So 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to grab a few more. I'm going to grab a few more of these. Because I'm going to spend 2 actions to rest myself back to full strength. Then I'm going to Veil. Then I'm going to use my portal. That'll unveil. I use my portal to move to... we'll move to the Baron... Actually, I don't think we need to Veil just yet. I don't think we need the portal just yet. I'll just move over to the... Green Meadows. Plains. We find a traitor. We saw this earlier. And I'm going to confront her with an influence test. So 4 dice and I need a single success. And we get a success. So that will... So I'll take 2 gold for that. Yes, 2 gold for that. Then I will discard her. Actually, I don't need to keep her as a rumor. So, Stranger Neutral Plains. No, I don't. So I will discard her to get an ally. And the ally we'll find is a smuggler. On a Veil, I can become Hidden Ally Shadow. Okay, but I do get a free market action, so I'll take 3 from the title deck. Since I do need a title to get back to the Lair of Ruin anyway, so I can get rid of that ability. First up is Sect of the Rose, 2 gold. The Rosen Paladins are a formidable force, few in number but strong in faith, and more importantly, power. Next up is Royalty. I can Veil to gain 2 gold, but it costs me 6. And Guild Thief for 3. As a hero, cards I sell during a market action earn their full gold value. I'm going to spend 2 gold to get Sect of the Rose, since I'm planning on taking that title over here before too long and sacrificing it. So we'll get Sect of the Rose, but I'll discard the Smuggler. Because the Smuggler isn't actually that useful, in truth. Then I'm going to... Do I want to move back in? I think I'm going to... I do need to make sure the pelting hail doesn't hit me. So I'm going to become... Am I going to become hidden? Or... Well, I need to end this turn hidden, ultimately. So I'm going to move up to the... Barren Wastes, I think. Yes, we'll go up to the Barren Wastes. I'll get a Badlands card in a second. But I need to grab more of those. So Badlands card is Forgotten Ruins. 4 study value, 4 study, 3 sneak. Map trophy, place abode, Badlands. As a trophy, relocate to any Badlands location. So that's up here. And then I will hide. Once again, so the pelting rain doesn't get to me. Or the pelting hail. Let's see what our next night card is. Oh joy, Shrouded Glade falls into Gloom, which is already in Gloom. Each hero must discard 1 rumor, so this again, the Tribal Tithe again. I will discard the Good Wife because I don't need her as a rumor anymore. Then we get Unhidden, and I get 7 actions back. Three, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so let's see, it's been just about an hour again. I think we'll go ahead and continue here. Relocate to any Badlands. I could use that to zip around the map. So, Let's go, as action 1, let's go ahead and confront this, and I'll use a study test. So I have a total study here of 5. So we'll start off, we need 4 successes confronting it as a study test, but we can stack them up. Three successes. So we'll get 3 tokens out for the Forgotten Ruins. Then for action 2, we'll confront it again. We just need 1 more success this time. Which, wow, no successes. So we'll run that back. I could spend a fate token, but given the number of actions I've got, there's no point to doing that. Wow! Come on, dice. I know you're capable of rolling 5s and 6s. You've been rolling them all game for me. Jesus, Mary, and the wee donkey. I can't believe how long that took to get. So, that's all the successes there. So, that's a relocate to any Badlands location. Well, let's start off with the... Do we want 3 gold, or do I want the... I think we'll go for 3 gold, because I have a feeling we're going to have to do some digging in the... in the market decks for the keywords that we need here. And we're going to go for a title. So the title here. So the question is, what am I most okay with discarding right now? Probably the Shielding Bracers, in all honesty. Let's go for Camel Rider. Ooh, I need to keep this one. On a Veil, gain 1 move AP. And Hero, when I would lose an HP, I have to discard this card instead. Frothing, Spitting, and Aggressive. Camels often match the qualities of their riders. Okay, so I do need to keep Camel Rider. I'll discard the Shielding Bracers. And then relocate to a Badlands location. Fortunately for me, I can move down here to the Dead Swamp. That'll work out. Did I take the Veil to move diagonal? Yes, I did. So I'll use Astral Traveler as my next action to move up diagonally to the Old Wood. We do need a new Forest card there. So the new Forest card coming up here is a Nymph again. So this is at least the 3rd time this Nymph has come up this turn. So we're about to start battle. Let's try an Influence 3 test. Let's hope to God we pass it. We need 3 successes, and we've got 5 dice at it because we've got Sect of the Order. Which we did it. Perfect. So we defeat the Nymph, lose an AP, and heal an HP, but we're already at full strength. Now, does that have to be a confront to deal with the plot, or is that just do it any time? Let's see. 22. Talking about when plots come out, so that's not exactly what I want. 9. Let's see, plots, requirement to defeat this card. But they have different requirements to defeat before they can be claimed as rumors. Okay, that's not telling me how to defeat it. That's just telling me more about what they are. 13 is... Oh, it's okay, so it's a clear action. Heroes must be at a location with 1 or more obstacles, or if there are no obstacles, 1 or more plots. So I'm actually going to hide as my last action because I need to keep guarding against pelting hail. Unfortunately, that will cost me an HP though, because I am in a land that's in gloom. So our next night card is Orc Barracks. Windy Valley falls into Gloom. Windy Valley is up here. It's a dungeon, 3 study value, 3 sneak. Place this place at Windy Valley. Battalions of black orcs massing from the east are drawn towards the chaos of the gloom. So that goes there. Then we're back into the next round, or the next day, I should say. We've got 6 action points back from breaking camp. I am doing this a little bit out of order, but it all gets us to the same place. Hide goes away. First, I'm going to rest. Then I'm going to sacrifice my Sect of the Order to... Actually, when I would lose an HP, I have to discard this card instead. So I do have to discard Camel Rider, which is unfortunate, because I would have lost that to... Gloom. So yes, I do have to discard Camel Steed, which is unfortunate. But I will discard Sect of the Rose to defeat Lair of Ruin, which that I believe is going to give me a loot token. It looks like. Yes, earned by the hero who defeats the card. So we get a loot token out of that. And we find a spyglass. Gain a Discover AP. Cool. Let's see. Discover does what? Oh, right. So Discover was actually pulling something out of the player's hand. Take a reward card rumor that has the same location. So that's actually kind of useless in solo. But I do have 4 actions left. Let's go to the green meadows as a plains. Here we'll find St. Elmo's Fort. 5 study, 4 sneak. Place abode plains. Map trophy. Search the ally deck for lone swordsman and put it into play as an asset. Shuffle the ally deck. Tragedy and the stench of death pervade this deserted and strange otherworldly fortress. 3 gold and a title, possibly. So let's actually go ahead and confront that with a study test. So we need 5 dice, and we need 5 successes confronting it as a study test. That is 1 success. That's not great. Oop. Well, kind of worked out. We'll run it back. No successes. Run it back again. My last AP is most likely going to be going to hiding from the pelting hail. Which, yeah. So I'm just going to take these successes off now because I will be hiding from the pelting hail. So I would have 2 more successes on it, but can't do that. So the Green Meadows is not in Gloom. And we're getting right down to it. We've only got 5 cards left. So I might actually go ahead and just finish this playthrough here. We've got the Lonely Gorge falling into Gloom, but I'm pretty sure it... Actually, we didn't need to hide because we were in a location with a place. Never mind. Not going to worry about that now. Okay, so we've got the Lonely Gorge falling into Gloom again, but it's already there. We discard a place from play, which will discard... We'll discard the Forgotten... Actually, the Forgotten Ruins should have been discarded because we did that already. So we'll discard the Orc Barracks. Okay, so back to us now. We've got 7 actions left. We've got 7 action points. Action 1, we're going to start off with the study test on St. Elmo's Fort. Okay, there's 2 successes. I'm actually going to use a die to track it instead. We'll run it back. Another success. Confront it again. At least I want to make sure I can do these actions more than once. I don't see why. Some games explicitly say... Yeah. So it looks like we can take the same action more than once. And we finish that out. So we will take the... Let's see, so what do we actually want here? We want the... Do we want the 3 gold? Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I don't think I need the gold, actually. So we'll go into the... Plus I've got a veil to give me a free gold. So we'll go into the loot bag. We'll find another one of the green markers. Okay. We get 2 gold, which is not quite as good as 3, but fine. Then I will take a title. So I'm not going to keep it as a... I don't need it as a rumor. So here I'll find... Orc Friend, Title Order. Hero, add +1 to your tested attribute value in each test against a humanoid. Ooh. And then that gets discarded. Alright. Then for action 4, I'm going to go into Sprawl City. Action 5 will perform a market action, and I'll go for the... Let's go for titles again. So far, that's the only deck I saw a steed come out of. So first up, we'll find a horse rider. We'll probably be picking this up. Deed Veil, gain 1 move AP. He was the finest destroyer in the land, a proven leader amongst the war horses. Then Cavalier Reputation. Defeat an undead enemy at your location, costs 4. And Doom Guardian, Title Order Villain for 2 gold. We are going to take the horse rider, though, because we need a steed anyway. So that'll cost me 4 gold. Those go away. Okay. Then I will veil the horse rider to give myself a move AP. Where am I going to move to is the question. Let's move over to Dark Mire. I still need to find armor and... That should have been long gone. I still need to find armor and an enemy. Let's see if the Badlands can give me any help with the enemy front. It can. Map as a trap, sacrifice a spell, 5 combat, and a sneak to move past. Enemy Demon Badlands. The Mind Reavers feasted on the brains of their victims, consuming their very souls in the process. 2 gold or a token and an item. Ooh, we might actually get help on the item too. But yeah, we are definitely going to fight this. So I need my dice cup, which I put down... What? Oh, right here. No wonder I can't find it. It's hiding in my face. So we need 6 dice since the Mind Reaver has surprise. Then I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight dice. Unfortunately, this is not a humanoid. So 5, 6, 7. And we're rolling dice. He's got 4 health as well. And as a veil, I can reroll any one. Which, ouch. So he will do 3 damage. 3 damage to me. I will deal 3 back to him, but I'm going to spend my last fate token to make that 4 and just take him out and be done with it. So, actually, Actually, I think I need this as the rumor, so I'm going to go for a token. I'm also going to remember to regain 2 HP from drain, from life drain. So the token here is going to be a map so I can relocate to any forest location. And I'm going to keep that as a rumor because I need the enemy. Because I need the enemy keyword. Then I'm going to rest. And I'm going to hide. Unfortunately, I will lose an HP because I'm in a gloom location. But at least I'm not going to get hit again. So I've got 3 cards left here. Oh boy. The Lost Forest falls into gloom. And we've got the Abyssal Gate. Enemy Demon. Place this enemy at the Lost Forest. 2 gold and an item. 4 fight value and a sneak value. The fabric of the veil has been torn asunder, issuing forth ungodly spawn. Oh joy. Okay, so now we've got 3 cards left. I don't think we have enough. So we get everything, so we get all of our AP back. I think we're going to be up against the clock here. Hidden goes away. I'll spend my first action resting. Then we'll move into Sprawl City. That should have unexhausted. I'll Veil with Merchant to gain a gold. And then I'm going to perform a market action going into the item deck. I'm looking for armor. 1, 2, 3. So far I've got enemy and steed. Now I need armor. So our first item is a healing salve. Item potion, sacrifice to heal 3 HP for 3 gold. Necklace of Wealth, Veil to gain a gold for 3. And Ring of Influence, +1 influence for 4. I'm going to pay 3. I'm not happy about it for the Necklace of Wealth, but I'm going to immediately discard it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Then I'm going to do it again. I need armor is what I'm after here. First card is Rosen Chainmail for 4. That's armor. Perfect. I'm going to place 4 HP on the card when it enters play. When I would lose an HP, I may discard 1 HP from this instead. Next card is a Doom Shield Armor for 2. When I would lose 1 or more HP, prevent all of the loss, but I have to sacrifice it. And Thunderhammer Weapon. When a battle starts, your foe loses 1 HP. If they have no HP left, skip the skirmish step. We'll spend the 2 HP to get the Doom Shield since it's the cheapest armor. And in order to keep this, I've got to discard something. I will discard the Orc Friend. Since I don't need that title, I've got everything I need, and now I need to get 2 more gold. But I don't have a lot of time to do it. Let's go up to... I've got to be careful about where I end my turn, because we're definitely getting surrounded by gloom. Let's move over to the Green Meadows. We'll see what happens on a Plains encounter. Remote Town. 4 study, 3 sneak. It's a place. Perform a free market action. 1 gold or a title. Out here at the last bastion, their only defenses are courage, prayer, and high walls. Let's go ahead and confront that using a study test. So I've got 5 study value. So 5 dice. As long as I don't get rid of this, I won't have to hide. 4 successes, though, will get rid of it. which that's 3 successes already. We'll try it again. That won't work, so I'll actually go ahead and hide. That way I don't clear it out before I'm ready to. We're not at a Gloom location, but we are running out of time. We've only got 2 cards left. So we've got a Veil of Fog. Oh, fantastic. We've got the Green Meadows where we're at, finally falling into Gloom. And we've got New Weather. Each hero is limited to 1 move action per day. When night begins on the 3rd phase after the 3rd day after this card enters play, discard it. Except we've only got 2 more cards left in the game. So we're at the Green Meadows. Now it's in Gloom. So let's do this. I'm going to start off by veiling with the... I'm just going to start off by using my portal to move down as my move action to the Blessed Grove. There's an encounter here already, so I don't need to do anything here. We are going to confront that quest with a study test. We've got 3, 4, 5 study dice. I could use an influence test, but I'd rather use my study on this. Made 4 successes. That is no successes. We'll try it again. Actually, let me make sure there's no penalty for no successes on a quest. I know on a stranger, if you confront it with no successes during a test... Okay, stranger. So yeah, it's only on a stranger penalty. It's not on a quest like this. So we'll run it back. Hopefully getting something out of this. That is 1 success. I don't know why it's going to take me this long. We'll run it back again. Okay, this time we get it. So now we've completed the Clannish Rally. We'll get 3 gold, which I will take the gold without complaining. Then I'll keep it as a rumor, just in case something comes up that says, yeah, you need to discard this. So we're going to keep that as a rumor. Then I'm going to take a regale action. So I'll spend 5 gold. I'll spend 5 gold. Steed, armor, enemy. There are the keywords there. Steed, armor, enemy. Badlands. Item. And title. And now we're on level 4, now that I've actually remembered that. So... Going back to that, we're going to increase our health by 1. That'll give us another AP at the start of the turn. But we get our final chapter. So now we have to go... to the Grueling Path as our finale. If defeated, turn this card over to retrieve your totem. At the open heath, we need 7 successes, and we have to confront it using sneak value. Yuck. So that's actually going to be pretty terrible. The open heath is over here. Unfortunately, we're also limited to 1 move action. So unfortunately, we're also going to be stuck in a location that's veiled. We have to get over here. We are not going to have a lot of time to do this in, most likely. And we moved already, so we're stuck. Actually, no, yes, we did. Oh, we also get a We also got a level 4 ability, so we've either got... You may use study for a fight test during a battle, or fight +1 for each spell we have. I'm going to take the Archmage, fight +1 for each spell asset I have. So we're going to do that. Then I'm going to hide and make camp. I will lose 1 HP because I'm in Gloom. We've got 2 night cards left. Here we'll find Tribal Chiefess. Spine Ridge Pass falls into Gloom, which is all the way up here. And she's going to end up there. A brave Wildclaw Trailblazer has taken it upon herself to fight back the Gloom single-handedly. A little bit stupid, but what do I know? 4 fight value, 1 sneak to try to get past, and 4 influence, 1 gold, and an ally. So she's up there. Unfortunately, weather is still in effect, so we get 7 AP back. Action 1 will be to rest. Action 2, we're going to Veil. I'm going to leave the portal exhausted to go to Open Heath. Action 3. Okay, is that a Saga Finale? Much like a Confront action. Okay. So, successes gained against a Finale are lost. That's what I thought. So we're going to Veil to gain a gold, because why not? Then we're going to start working on the Finale. We've got our terrible sneak that we're rolling for this. So give me that 6. And I need to get 7 successes on the grueling path. That is no successes, which means we physically can't do this, and we're stuck here because of Veil of Fog. Okay, there's 1 success, but I don't think we can physically complete it at this point. So 1. We're going to see how many we can get on here in 1 turn. Another success. Actually, I'm going to use the die for that instead. So 2 successes. And we are going to hide. Unfortunately, we will lose an HP due to it being in a Gloom location. And our last card is Besieged City. Revealed. So Barren Wastes falls into Gloom, which is up here. So this is our last fight card for the game, by the way. Heroes must pay 1 gold to move to or from Sprawl City until the end of the next day. Fantastic. All right, so we've got 7 actions. We lose all of those. Hide goes away. So we have to clear the Finale and defeat the Ancient this turn. We'll start off by resting. Then we're going to confront the Finale. We need 7 successes. Wow, Snake Eyes is terrible. So we'll confront it again. 2 successes. We'll confront it again. We have to start getting these successes. 3, but I don't think 4. Yeah, I don't think we can do it at this point. Confront it again. 5. And yeah, last action. Nope. So we actually weren't able to clear it. I've actually got it off screen here. So we weren't able to clear it. The night deck is now empty, so we've actually run out of time to complete the quest. We've lost this game. So that'll do it for this playthrough of Gloom of Kilforth. And honestly, I'm surprised at how much fun this was. I had played it a while back. But I did like a 1-part playthrough of it. Because it looked like such a sprawling mess on that. But now having a chance to actually play through it all the way during the advent of the Phoenix this year, I actually really enjoyed this game. I liked a lot of the emergent narrative that unfolded from this game. We're moving into the Green Meadows. We found a fort there. which was supporting a remote town. So there's a lot of emergent narrative that comes out in this game. And apparently the old wood was full of nymphs as well, because every time we went there, it seems like we had a nymph that we were encountering. But yeah, so that'll do it for this playthrough of Gloom of Kilforth. There'll be a couple more games on the channel today, so stay tuned to the channel for all of that. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then,